we are going to check out the PT information. This is the metagame of the Modern Pro Tour that will be played today. So yeah, they're playing 3 rounds of Edge of Eternities draft and 5 rounds of Modern. I think 4-4 or better make day 2. And then on the next day, they play another 3 rounds of Edge of Eternities draft and another 5 rounds of Modern and cut to the Sunday's top 8. It's weird that the Pro Tour's Edge of Eternities, while last week was the release of Spider-Man, which is also a standard set, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's the schedule. And this is a Modern metagame. The most played deck is Gorgios, which seems good because I think the deck is quite strong in the current metagame. And after having played the Riddler version on Monday, which we got an almost undefeated trophy, the deck seemed very strong. Just the combination of having Ephemerate plus a proactive card on Riddler, or having Frog and Riddler to keep drawing cards non-stop, it was very, very, very strong. Second most played deck is Belcher, which seems weird, but the deck I think is strong, but I don't know how nice the Belcher mirrors are going to be. Those have to be quite interesting. I haven't played the deck enough to know. I think I have played 1 mirror lifetime. So this combo control deck can be good, but I don't know how players are going to prepare for it. The biggest issue that you would like to play something like Pithy Needle, that is very good against Belcher, but if they draw Tameshi, Pithy Needle does almost nothing, so there is a thing there. Boros Energy, probably the best deck of the format. Maybe it's let's play it because, yeah, if players expected the metagame to be like Esper Gorgios, Tameshi Belcher, Eldrazi Tron, then might be not the best choice, but we will see. I'm still sure that Boros Energy will do a good job if the players hit the expected metagame. At the end, Boros is a very aggressive deck that beats the decks that they want to target. So, and this means that if you hit with your deck building on Boros, you can beat any deck. So maybe you have to play a bunch of cards like Surgical Extraction or Pithy Needles. I don't know. Eldrazi Tron, other of the decks we knew was going strong into the Pro Tour. And the biggest issue is this deck doesn't let you take that many decisions. In some cases, you can mulligan better or worse. But usually the spiky players like to play some deck that make them being able to leverage their skill. So that means that maybe some first-time Pro Tour players will try to play Tron, while the more accomplished pro players will play other decks that let you decide more. Is it Affinity? Very big going into the Pro Tour. Mox Opal, Pinnacle Emissary. If you have good hands with this deck, it's nearly unbeatable. Playing at turn 1 on turn 2 Kappa is very strong. And even sometimes you get there just by playing at turn 1 Pinnacle Emissary, making 3-4 tokens, and holding up Metallic Rebuke or any other card that does something. Esper Blink, in this case, is the Orth of Blink with Quantum Riddler and Frog. Strong deck. A bit clunky at some games, but can be strong. And is usually can be favored or built to be good against any deck. It's like Boros, a less aggressive but more long game resilient deck. Amulet Titan is 5% of the field, 15. Probably just the house of Tom Harvey, which seems okay. They were asking for people were asking for Emrakuls and Kozileks, like 15 Emrakuls, 15 Kozileks. They expect that Mill is a deck, or why they want those Eldrazi's. I'm not sure. If you think someone is going to register Mill for the PT and you really fear that you will waste, there's I think 1 Mill deck? Dimir Mill, 3. So for a 1% deck, you're wasting a 6% of your sideboard. So Neoform, just kill them. Seems like a not so good call for the event. I mean, the two most players are decks that plays a lot of counters. Then you have Instant Affinity, which is probably also not a deck that you want to face. Pulse Energy, obviously, you want to face them, and Eldrazi Tron is medium. I have beat Neoform a lot with Eldrazi Tron. Esper Blink probably is a decent matchup. Domainsu, never the best deck, but always a solid deck. 4%, nice. Eldrazi Ramp, the Isetil Explorer one, I think, is on also 12 players, 4%. And then we have the others that are Azorius Control, Iset Prowess, Azorius Blink. This is just White, Cats, and Philias. Grixis Reanimator. I think this deck is so bad. Dimir Mill. Why people register this? Jeskai Chant can be a decent deck. I think it's just a deck that beats bad players and not good ones. I don't think control decks are very good in Modern. Seems like no Dimmer Control here on the top. Jeskai Esper Midrange. This is some kind of rock deck with counter spells. Broodscale, yeah, the deck was strong a few months ago, but it doesn't work now. 4 players playing Broodscale. It's more or less the same as Samwise Combo. Like, yeah, those decks are just not very good. If people are playing a lot of Solitudes and faster combo decks, classic Jeskai Control with 2 players, 1 Yawmoth, 1 Jeskai Blink, 1 Grixis Midrange, 1 Dimmer Midrange, 1 Ruby Storm, what an Ithil Wizard. This is a guy from... he's not even playing Force of Negation in the deck. Crazy. But yeah, he has been running pretty hot, so maybe he's found something. Cruel Broodscale, which... it's different from Mono Green Broodscale. Orth of Blink, yeah. Why not playing Esper Blink? The deck is just much better. Ascendancy Combo, the deck is okay. Jeskai Affinity, playing white for Portable Hole, most likely. And Esper Control. So that's the metagame that we are going to see. Yeah, here they describe a bit how the deck look like. Team Neoform. The Disciple of Realize can convert Galta into 12 life and 12 cards, while Xenagos, God of Rebels, transforms Galta into 24/24 trample. Galta is strong. Domainsu, Simic Eldrazi. So those are the most played cards from recent sets. Probably the most played card is Consigned to Memory, for sure, but they don't care about a set that was 2 years ago. So Quantum Riddle, 309 decks play Riddle. That card is so strong. And yeah, so Scam is back on the menu. Thunder Trap Trainer. This is weird. So that means that those decks, the Belcher decks, how many Belcher decks to play are in the tournament? 45. 180. Okay, not all Belcher decks are playing Thunder Trap Trainer. I know in fact that, for example, the Izzet Wizards decks is playing the trainers. So not all Belcher decks are on the Thunder Trap Trainer. Probably because they're playing the new Spider-Man card. Let me search it. I already saw this list. This one. So they're probably on this list. Whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an Ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus. You may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of Ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus without paying its mana cost. So this means this card, Lotus for free, and those versions are playing cards like Tamillo and so. So not everyone is on the Thunder Trap Trainer. So they will have been going deep into the Spider-Verse. Into the Floodmaw, okay, probably there are 46 players with Into the Floodmaw in the main deck. Okay, I get that 45 are the Belcher decks, and probably Izzet Prowess or Simic Neoform are the others that play Into the Floodmaw. Voice of Victory, 94, yeah, that is Boros. Pinnacle Emissary, those are the Affinity decks, and some Jeskai artifacts probably. Total copies 84, 83 in the main deck. So there is someone who's playing Ugin in the sideboard. Yeah, okay, here it is, yeah. Okay, that's weird. Clarion Conqueror, 79 in the sideboard. No one bite the bullet of main deck Clarion Conqueror. Overlord of the Balmork, 72. Main deck, yeah, those are the Blink players. Unable to Scream. Those are in the Belcher sideboards, probably 10 in the main deck. Chance creature loses all abilities and it's a toy artifact creature with base power and toughness 0-2 in addition to its other types. Isetil Explorer on the Ramp decks. Sire Stock Up sideboard, probably on the Belcher decks. Cory Steel Cutter, 36 in the main deck, 36. This is the 18. How many is it players are? Is it probably says 8 players? So there are 8 players. No, there 1 player playing the cutter. So probably the Ascendancy combo. Consult the charts. Those are from the control players. Ghost Vacuum. Yeah. Classic sideboard cards, especially if you play Saga or even in Boros Energy. Fire Magic. Yeah. Those are for for a lot of decks. Portent of Calamity, Blue Tron. Portent of Calamity, 20 players are playing. 20 people. There are 5 U-Tron. Did I see it? Where are the Tron players? Okay, probably the Tron players ended on the Eldrazi Tron. Maybe the Belcher decks are playing the Portent of Calamity. You can play the Belcher if they got to something. So probably, it seems odd that 17 Eldrazi Tron players and 5 are blue. Seems like a lot of Portent of Calamities. This seems like a lot. Oculus, yeah. Classic card. Spider Sense. So maybe 5 players came to the conclusion that Blue Tron was a good deck. Seems weird that the weirdest thing is that they didn't make it a different archetype, but because Eldrazi Tron and Blue Tron are 2 very different decks. So maybe some Eldrazi Ram players are playing blue. This could also be still weird, but I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the Portent of Calamity card. Oculus, Spider Sense. Web slinging is that you can bounce a tapped creature to pay only the blue mana instead of 2, counter target instant, sorcery, or triggered ability. Yeah, there's some kind of consign to memory. Starfire Shepherd from the blue-white Blink decks. Hylia from the blue-white decks. Some maybe Boros Energy. I haven't seen lists with Boros Energy that from people posting them for the Pro Tour with Hylia, but yeah. Battleships, 17 in the sideboard. Only 17 of the Tron players. 17 are playing Battleship. So, okay. 17 players are playing Battleship in the sideboard, which is an auto include in Eldrazi Tron. So that means that probably 5 of the Tron decks. Okay, makes sense. They didn't split it, but yeah. Really weird that people are not playing the Extinguisher Battleship. It's such a good card. So the Blue Tron players are not playing Karn. Yeah, maybe. Superior Spider-Man, 13 copies. This is played in Gorios. You can Gorio it because it's legendary, and you can also play it. And when you play it and you choose a creature, so this card is weird because when it enters into play, before choosing the card. Also, if the card resolves, you copy the card and you get an attraction or something. If they do something like Surgical or Relic or Consular Command in response, you can cast the draw discard card or discard with the frog, another attraction, and it will copy it again. So this card is quite decent against Graveyard Hate. Surprised me that they don't play more than 1. That card is strong. Violent Urge from the Prowess place and some Ketramos. 2 in the main deck. 12 in the sideboard. That's for the grind. The most influential newcomers have been Quantum Riddle and Thundertrap Trainer. Thundertrap Trainer is already an old card. It's from the last year. So we are in September. I don't know if you can cast Thundertrap Trainer at newcomer. Yeah, Quantum Riddler was with Ephemerate. Yeah, Thundertrap Trainer with Flay of Denial. Voice of Victory, God of Salt. Yeah, this is just... Okay, and then those are the people who are doing the coverage. So yeah, today at 5 in the evening, Central European time, we will see the Pro Tour. On the 11th and 12th of October, the Metropolis Series hosts their second epic tournament at the Hotel Aida in Torrejón de Ardoz, Madrid. Saturday, Modern 1K, Sunday, 3K. Both events are destination qualifiers and award qualifications for the regional championship. There will be plenty of other events in different formats. Tickets available at their website, metropoliscenter.com. For any questions, reach them on Twitter and Instagram.